today is the 7th, 7/7/20, July the 7th. A few people that are significant to me got birthdays this week. One person in particular that's very important to me. But anyway, yesterday I came out with the videos talking about all of the torture that had happened, and today it was less. It was less than it was yesterday, but it was still happening a lot with this group of gang stalkers using EMF broadcasts. Still the same difference. There's not near as much. Anyway, I feel like somebody didn't like my haircut today. Somebody that I've been kind of close to. But lately we haven't really talked the last couple weeks, and then they're like, "Oh, you cut your hair." Like they didn't even know, which really says a lot. Like I mean, I posted a picture, and I've been doing videos, so anybody that knows me or that's been paying attention at all for like the last week or more already knew that. But I mean, I thought it was alright. Not bad. My hats fit a little better. I know it's like wind noise in my video. Just riding, so I kind of wanted to, let me see if I can cut out some wind noise. Cut it down a little bit for y'all. I like to ride with the windows down. My AC's messing up, so. Anyway, though, I figured I would just talk for a few minutes while I'm driving. Let's talk about what's on my mind a little bit. So, recently I had somebody that blocked me or whatever, and I'm not going to talk about this and that person or whatever, but I'm going to talk about blocking in general. And so I block people all the time. If somebody comes onto my YouTube comments and they got commentary about schizophrenia or seek, you should really seek help and this type of thing. Like, you're not on my videos watching my videos because you think that we're mentally ill. You're not a psychiatrist, and even if you were, I would still say that's what I would still say. But I mean, the whole thing is, people that like to pop up and say their little things, they usually have some involvement or something to gain or something to lose, and so that's kind of just what's going on with that. Let me drive at ATL style for a minute. Let me go Atlanta on y'all. Whoa! ATL, yo. ATL, ho. That's what they say at one of the places I go. They're all like, when a fire track comes on, the whole crowd's like, ATL, ho. It's funny, really. But anyway, I block people like that. And gang stalkers that want to come on and insult me and say their little stuff. I'm not going to deal with it. I deal with it every day. I've been doing this for years. And so, like, I deal with these people every day, and it's not a big deal to me to just hit the block button. I got the most extensive block list that you ever heard of. Really. So it's not a big deal. But people that are close to me, like, I don't play block games with them. I blocked certain people from my Facebook page, when I started talking about all of this stuff publicly. But now I've kind of changed things, and I don't really talk about gang stalking and things like that on my Facebook page, like my profile. because I got enough pages. I got the targeted individual page. I got the YouTube channel. I got the I got the artificial telepathy page, the EMF broadcast page. I got like 20 pages. I got like, really, y'all probably don't even know, I got like 5 YouTube channels. Y'all just know about the main one, but I really got like 5. And then I got like 20 some plus pages on Facebook, and then I got all these different Instagrams about it. And so like my personal things don't have to be about this, and so they're not. And anything that's about this, I change it over to private every day. You have memories to look at on Facebook, so I go through my memories and put everything that has to do with gang stalking, anything like that, on private. So at some point, people want to look at me and my page, they'll be able to see who I am, rather than, all this stuff, all this crazy stuff that I'm talking about. Because I have enough outlets to talk about these things. So if you want to hear about these things, then you can find plenty of places and plenty of information and plenty of my stuff where I talk about these things. But you're not going to find it so much on my main pages no more, the Kevin Christian stuff, because I don't need to. I can be myself and be who I always was before this started happening. But yeah, like personal people, other than people that, I was trying to keep from seeing all of that stuff to begin with, and I'm starting to unblock them now. Like grandmothers and things like that. I'm gonna allow them to be on my Facebook, and that's important. And it's people that I care about, and I don't like to have to block people that I care about, but I did it for a reason, not because I was mad at them or anything else. But I've dealt with people in the past, like there was somebody that I used to talk to that, every time that, and I know that there's somebody right now that if they happen to watch the video, they're thinking that I'm talking about them. And this particular person is a lot like that person that I'm talking about, but, similar things happen. But sometimes people will block you to hide what they really got going on. And, maybe or maybe not. And they maybe have different reasons that they say it's for or whatever, but, it's very annoying when people can't be real with you. And I feel like if somebody wants to hide things from you and they can't be real with you, then it's like they're trying to play you. And it's like they're trying to mislead you. It's like they're trying to mislead you. So I don't want to be misled or played. And I feel like if you have some kind of relationship with somebody, then the way it is should be mutually understood. And so like if, and it's hard enough for targeted individual people, TIs, to have relationships in the first place. Especially when you got gang stalkers that'll try everything to come in between people, especially if both of them are targeted, then it gets really bad. But I've had situations where I've dealt with people on both sides of the spectrum. So, I've got a lot of experience in these things, but I think that overall, either somebody that's very in touch with the way this works and have a lot of experience with dealing with gang stalkers and the BS that they try to have you believing in, and the influence that they could try to have over you, then it may just be best for TIs to try to talk to people that are not TIs. People, and just don't even talk about it. And deal with this between people that, people that deal with it and go through it, and talk about it with those people. But when it comes to your personal life, keep it to yourself. That's what I do really, mostly. But, excuse me, there's a lot of times where, people that are targeted have hit me up and want to discuss things and talk about things. And there's been quite a few times where I've ended up becoming involved with people, at the very least in like a friendship way, or like hanging out or something like that. So anyway, and like I said, I've dealt with people on both sides of the spectrum, gang stalking and targeted individuals. So it's something that I have a lot of experience with. And then people that are manipulative and deceiving, gang stalkers, and people that like to mislead or be dishonest. And I have an extremely good intuition about things, and I'm not dumb, and sometimes I'll try to just play along, I guess. Sometimes you care about people, and it might not be best for you, but you just do. You just do anyway. You care about people, so you end up getting the short end of situations because you care too much. You really have to stand up for yourself and decide at some point that you're not going to put up with people being a certain way. You have to set boundaries in life. You have to set boundaries and say, I'm not going to deal with this, and I'm not going to deal with this and that or whatever. And if these things, then this will happen or whatever. And then you have to stick to that. But it's so difficult because you become emotionally involved with people. But like blocking, you could go on Facebook Messenger and block somebody in Messenger, but not block them on Facebook. Or you can block them on Facebook, and then that blocks them automatically on Messenger as well. Or you can just put them on ignore in Messenger. They can still be on your Facebook, but then it also will put them into your spam folder, and the messages that they get from you, they won't go through really, unless they go to the spam folder and check them. But then you won't be able to see that they've checked them, and it looks like they haven't went through. And they won't really get notifications. They have to actually go and check that. And I've had several people, that would move me to the spam folder when they decided that they had something else going on that was more important. And I've done the same thing. Some people think that, I guess, that other people don't know that that's what's going on. And then on your phone, right, you can block somebody's number, but it's not really blocked. You could still call them, but it'll just send them to voicemail. So you can still leave a voicemail, or you can go onto your actual phone settings, on your account, in your phone account. You'd have to access your account probably on your carrier.com, whatever. And then you can go to that and actually set up a call block that wouldn't let the call come through at all. So there's different ways to block and things like that. So, if some people, if they don't really intend to block me, they just want to kind of send me to ignore for some certain period of time, then I really, really don't appreciate the whole blocking thing. And it makes me want to block them back, because it makes me feel like, well, whatever, if whatever you got going on is so important that, that you've made a choice over me, then I must not really matter to you that much. And so at this point, I just feel like I should block you. And sometimes that's what happens. The blocking thing. But gang stalkers, damn, they get blocked. They get blocked and never unblocked and never thought about again. 6 fuck. Cruising down the street in my 6 fuck. Anyway, it's never a good feeling to know that somebody that you care about has decided to do something that's going to hurt you. Sometimes it may be best to remove yourself from that situation. If you can't communicate with a person and say, hey, I don't like that this happened, and to me this is really unacceptable, and you know, I don't appreciate that, and if that's something that's going to be happening, then I prefer not to associate. I'm not a liar, you know? And some people lie a lot. And then, like, you know, I told somebody recently, I was like, you know, I got some things that I want to talk to you about that are important to me. And I think that we should talk about some things. So let me know if you want to talk about these things. And so they're like, okay. And then they should get back to me about these things. Right after like a day or two, I'm like, okay, never mind. I guess it's not important. Because if not important to you, then why should it be important to me? So I guess nothing, like there is no importance to it. And then the same person might hit you back and pretend like you never said that. And just be talking normal, like you never said you had nothing to talk about. Then that'd be those same people that are very difficult to talk to in the first place. Like can't get a word in. Well, I don't really want to hear what you have to say. What you have to say is not important. I feel like socially, I'm pretty advanced, really. Like, I feel like I understand people really well, and I feel like I'm receptive to the way other people feel, and I feel like I'm able to put myself in somebody else's position. You know, because I can feel your pain, right? And if you have an issue, like I can feel that, right? And I can understand that. And if I can't, then I'll try to understand that. So, you know, sometimes in relationships or talking to people or whatever, and they just disregard you to the point, they disregard your emotional status and like the things that are important to you and the things that you want to say, to the point that they start to push you away, to the point that you know you really just start to feel like you're just over it, and like if they don't care, then you don't care. And you know, it's almost like I don't know. I guess that's what happens, you know? People just drift apart. Other doorways open and other things happen, and next thing you know, just lose contact. So, I don't know, y'all. I mean, I be having a lot to say. know, so somebody that I ever get involved with, they're probably going to hear a lot from me. They're probably going to hear a lot of things about the way I feel and the way I see things. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I really appreciate your guys' comments. I try to comment back. I appreciate the support in general. And I know a lot of y'all got my back and I got yours. Alright, and there's going to be a lot of good things happening for us. I promise. So, I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you on the next one.